Once upon a time there lived a man who lived on a planet called Planet Music. And on this planet there were many nations, and each nation had a king, a president. And these leaders had absolute power over their people. Through rhythm they control the minds of many. Through soul they control the force of the universe. One such nation was the nation of R&B, and its king wore diamonds and gold and drove around in big beautiful cars, and he owned restaurants and clothing lines, and he built a castle on the island of Long, and it too was paved with diamonds and gold and rubies. But he led his people astray. He was not a good leader. He was not a good president. But there were other nations on the planet of music, and one such nation was called the nation of rock and roll. And the ruler of this nation also surrounded himself with some of the world's most beautiful women, but he destroyed himself through drugs and alcohol, and he too led his people astray. He was not a good leader. He was not a good president. But there are also many other nations on planet music. We have the nation of jazz, and the nation of blues, the nation of doo-wop, the nation of bebop, the nation of hip-hop. But keep in mind that all the leaders of all these nations were brothers. They came from one mother, one father, one family. But up on the hill and over the mountain dwelled a small group of people who lived, and these people lived in peace and serenity, and they worshiped all things that were good. But the other nations and the other kings, the other brothers, did not embrace them. The other nations did not recognize or see the beauty of this small group of people. You see, this people had no leader. This people had no one to show them the way. This people had no one to show them the light, because they lived in the light of music, planet music. But one day a voice rang out through the crowd, and the voice said, I am tired of not being heard. I am tired of not being recognized. I am tired, I am sick and tired. And this voice stood out loud and clear, and it roared like a lion that day. And the voice said, let me be your leader. Let me show the other nations, the other kings, the other brothers the way. Let me show them the light that we live in. And this man stood up out of the crowd, and he walked through the crowd. And he said one thing, and one thing only that day. And that day I shall remember as if it was yesterday. If house is a nation, I wanna be president. If house is a nation, I wanna be president. If house is a nation, I wanna be president, president, president.